climbed in through the window. I didn't think I would escape. I was just frozen, helpless. Nothing I could do.
That property is a pretty remote property. It's several
I
acres.
could hear his footsteps, and they were getting closer. The evil in his eyes I'd never seen before.
Potential suspects were whittled down.
Hello guys, welcome to the Talking News. Please subscribe, push that like button, and hit that notification bell to get notifications of new uploads. So this story is very confusing, guys. It's also a story that I really had a lot of difficulty getting answers for. And to be honest with you, it was a missing persons case until the last few hours. In fact, answers unfolded as I researched the story. And the story was very difficult to research. So we're going to be talking about, and I don't even know how to open this up first. It's got so much going on. So Sylvia Ann Ursery Pearson, she recently got married to a guy that was in the military. He claimed he was a ranger. His name is Charles Pearson. So this is happening in Kansas City, Kansas. Casey, K, in case you hear me abbreviate it. And there was some crazy things going on with this story. And the stories kept so hush hush. It's just very odd, guys. So let's start here. So the media, Facebook, and the Sheriff's Department put out an immediate release on August 13th of 2019, a missing persons update. So the Overland Park Police Department is looking for help in locating Sylvia Ann Ursery /Pearson. She left her home 8/12/19 in the a.m. and has not returned. This is extremely out of character for her, and her family is very concerned. I've read through, multiple posts like this. So Sylvia is 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighs approximately 146 pounds. If you know her location or have seen her, please contact the Overland Police Department. And so I'm researching. I'm trying to find her Facebook page. I'm trying to get in contact with somebody that might have known her that might be willing to give us a little bit more information. And as I did, I run into another article that says that just a few hours ago, the police were searching the property of a U.S. Congresswoman. So Representative Hartzler, I hope I said her name correctly because I am not familiar with her, was absolutely shocked and was not understanding why they were searching her property. She was not aware. And like I said, it came as a complete shock. So this was earlier Tuesday, the Lenexa police assisting Overland Park Police temporarily staged the perimeter around a home near 82nd Terrace and Constant Street. If you're in that area, you probably know where that is. But what I noticed is police abruptly just stopped searching that property. They just cleaned out pretty quickly, and it wouldn't take long before we figured out why. But I want to show you this clip before we move on.
Based upon some information that was passed along, we will be concluding our search for the evening. We are packing up, and we will no longer have any search in this area at all. We would refer all further questions to the Overland Park Police Department and their public information officer.
Are they staying out here as well as Highway Patrol?
Every agency that is out here will be leaving the area.
Can you say what that information was then that you guys were waiting on?
I can't at this time.
So after this, according to an officer, Jonathan Westbrook of Kansas City, Kansas Police Department spokesman, he said police were first called out at 9:45 a.m. to the Country Inn Suites near the shopping area called the Legends. He said that police were told a heavily armed person had come into the hotel and told the manager he had committed some sort of crime. So the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department and the Kansas Highway Patrol, along with a few others, dispatched multiple units to that area immediately. So according to a Star article, the hotel manager, Jacob Honeycutt, said that the man come into the hotel Tuesday morning looking angry and distraught, but he was unarmed. The man then told employees at the front desk that he needed them to do something for him. Quote, "I just murdered my wife. I'm heavily armed and very dangerous," he said. "I'm going to the Legends. You better call the police." End quote. And that's according to Honeycutt. From that point, he said that guy ran back outside, drove out of the parking lot in a red, oh good Lord, what is this card? Maserati, a Maserati, which is red. Turns out that this guy would be Charles Pearson, the husband of the missing woman, Sylvia Pearson. So the manager followed the guy, to the door. He watched the guy get into the car and leave, and he took photos of the guy driving off in the car so that he took pictures of Charles. He then proceeded to call 911. According to the manager, he said he ran stop signs and, red lights. And the entire exchange, he said, lasted about 3 minutes. Honeycutt said he planned to turn over the surveillance footage to law enforcement. Now, the officer said, quote, "We were able to locate him so quickly because he was stationary. Given the information that he was heavily armed and dangerous, our officers were very tactical in how we approached the subject." End quote. When officers made contact with the man, Westbrook said the man raised an assault-style rifle. So, according to Westbrook, the officers tried to convince the man to put the gun down. Quote, "Even as he had the rifle, our officers were still trying to negotiate and speak with him," end quote. Eventually, the man fired several shots at the officers, Westbrook says, and officers fired back. Right now, it is uncertain how many bullets the man fired at the officers or how many the officers fired back at him. It's still too early to say because this just happened not long ago. So according to this article, there were no officers or bystanders that were injured. The man killed in the shooting was not from the area. Another agency is looking for the man's wife, Westbrook said. He said they did not specify which agency. So needless to say, the people were asked to avoid the area, and the State Avenue was closed from Interstate 435 westbound to 110th Street. But it doesn't say how long it was shut down. So, if you were me searching this story earlier, you would be like, oh my God, what the heck is going on right now? Because there was just nothing out there. And then all of a sudden, there's so much information coming in, and it doesn't seem to go together. But it seems, they weren't able to find out as far as we know at this time. Did he tell them where Sylvia was? He did mention the fact that he did, take his wife's life. It seems also that they were able to work very well in securing Legends Shopping Center and, protect the people until I think it was 10:40 a.m. where the shopping center announced that the stores were open once again and operating as normal. So Legends Outlets put out a tweet that set attention after learning about the potentially armed suspect in the Village West area. We are taking proper measures to put the safety of our, sorry guys, I lost my spot there. It's late. To put the safety of our shoppers first and have secure the property. And it says that the KCKPD is on scene and keeping us updated as we actively work with them. Then the 10:40 a.m. update. The KCKPD are clearing the scene and Legends Outlets is operating as normal business. Thank you to our security team and the police departments for keeping us safe. So here we are. We have all this information, but what the heck is going on with Sylvia? What about her family? I mean, we're just not hearing much on her, and she was my number one concern. Well, it turns out that there's still more story to this husband of hers, Charles Pearson. Okay, guys, so I have a few clips from a news story I want to share with you.
Charles Pearson was convicted on domestic violence charges. This is a mugshot of Pearson from less than a year ago in October of 2018. Court records show he was convicted of a domestic violence offense, specifically damage to property valued at less than $1,000, connected to a Sylvia Pearson. This is the photo Overland Park Police released of Sylvia Pearson. Overland Park Police say she disappeared after she left her home Monday and hasn't returned.
So, we're hearing a lot about Charles, but something's just very strange. The fact we don't know anything about Sylvia. I found at least one of her Facebook pages, and it too is also very hush-hush. It's just kind of oddly empty. I don't know how else to explain it. But anyways, let me go ahead and carry on with this other clip for you guys. This gives you a little background on Charles. Okay, roll it.
On an Instagram page for Charles Pearson, he's posted multiple pictures of himself in military uniform. A pastor from Pearson's church told KCTV5 Pearson did have a career in the military and that he started attending church a few months ago, saying just last Sunday, Pearson gave testimony during Sunday school. Now, according to that church pastor, Pearson told the group that he was trained and was a member of the United States Army Rangers. Pearson said he was trained to kill and that bothered him. The pastor told KCTV5 he'd never met Pearson's wife. We are working to get more information on what led up to the shooting and the welfare of Sylvia Pearson. We will, of course, keep you posted. I'm Emily Sinovic, KCTV5 News.
So, according to this news channel, they're saying that police have not confirmed whether or not Sylvia has been harmed, found, or even that this is all related. But it seems that it is related if you put the pieces together off the clues we have right now. So I can tell you off of what I do know from the brief research I've done on her. I just found her Facebook seriously about an hour ago and she seems to have a family. Her kids seem to mean a lot to her, and here's a post that I found on her Facebook I wanted to share with you, but I'm gonna blur out the kids' faces. She says, and this is an older post, December 26, 2016, I've never been so in love with anything or anyone as much as I am in love with these 3 little baby birds. Loved and adored even while growing inside me. best Christmas having all three at home. They all know our mottos, family first and love you to the moon and back. A familiar saying from many mothers that feel the same way. So, but as I looked over her Facebook, there's really no new post. And of course, she could have set her privacy maybe. I don't know. Or she could have another Facebook page. But, you know, investigators could have confiscated, you know, the active site, because they did get on this case incredibly fast. I cannot believe how fast police are working. And you know what? I think that made a huge difference in the case. I am very proud of the KCK, and I wish them the best of luck. And I'm sending blessings out to this family and to the investigators and all involved, you know, with this horrifying incident that happened. Now, the reason why I'm doing this story is she still hasn't been found. As far as I know, right now, she hasn't been found. Possibly, she might be found shortly, probably about the time I upload this, hopefully. And hopefully still alive. I'm hoping so. But I'm telling you guys, there's something really odd about this case. It was very strange. It's one of the stranger ones I've ever looked at. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. So I'm sure we will find out more, I hope, in the future. There was only one other case that was like this that kind of was, and that was the Vatsala. Oh my gosh, what was her last name? I'm sorry, guys. I do too many of these. Vatsala Watkins, I think it was. Kathy, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. Write it in comments. That one was strange as well. Now, before I go, I do want to do, you know, a couple of shout outs. Guys, don't get your feelings hurt if I haven't mentioned you, because I'm thinking of you. It's just tonight I don't have time to mention everybody, but I'm going to make sure that I can get everybody in videos in the future. So, but I definitely want to give a shout out to Yvonne Riley. She has been helping me out with my Chasing a Murderer page. That is starting to come around a little bit. It's very slow. I want to give a shout out to Nikki. She has been, she's just been a sweetheart. She's tried to help me out a few times, and she has. And there's a few others out there. We've got Hockey Girls. We've got Jill's. Oh, there's so many of you. All of you are so great. I want to make sure I say a shout out to Doreen, because she, Nikki, those two always leave great comments. Got great hearts. Wonderful people. Light of my life, who is just a sweetheart. My girl Gigi, who loves to sing. Love you, girl. And to my queen, Bernadette Davis. You know I love you. I've looked at her comments to make sure that, you know, that I'm doing the right thing. I want to say hi to a few new people, and that's Open Minds and Gypsy. Welcome to our family, guys. And for now, I'm telling you guys, don't feel left out. I will get to you. And actually, I'm going to do a video where I just talk about how much, you know, about our family. And hopefully that'll be sometime soon. Just trying to work out that time. In the meanwhile, let's send these people some blessings. I hope they can find Sylvia. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and call it a night and say thank you for watching. You know I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.